boy, I'm hearing R. Kelly finna snitch. But before we get into it, like, share, comment, subscribe to this channel. I greatly would appreciate. Please help me get these subs up so we can go live and y'all can talk y'all shit on my platform. We can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I'm a talking motherfucker. As y'all can see, I know a lot of motherfuckers, and we gonna motherfucking get into it. And one thing about me, I don't tell no lies. I have receipts. So let's get into it. So, of course, we know what R. Kelly has been accused of, and we know what he's been convicted of. He could be convicted on all counts. My boy been, he been Pied Pipering, so to speak. But they saying that since he been convicted, he is allegedly now trying to make a deal to get less time to tell on celebrities who he alleges engaged in the same criminal acts that he did, and the same criminal acts that got him behind bars with all the time that he's finna catch. Now, fun fact, I worked with one of the girls that was on the Surviving R. Kelly video. I worked with her brother. The girl, what her name? Her last name Cardi. Azriel, whatever. Never met her. But I worked with her brother and I worked with her daddy. The one that they say kind of like sold his daughter to R. Kelly, and she kind of stuck with him through the thick and thin a little bit till I think a little bit at the end. I don't know if she's still with him now, but I know it was her and another girl that kind of was on talk shows and was talking and trying to defend R. Kelly. Well, I worked at a place called Christy Lights in Orlando, Florida. You can look it up. I worked there with her brother and her father. Her father was the one that they were saying was kind of like shady, and they think he might have sold a girl. Well, I ain't gonna say sold her, but he kind of like knew what was going on. He kind of still let her go with R. Kelly because he wanted to kind of get in the industry, wanted to use her to get in the industry, and she could sing real good. Anyway, this for a fact, I worked with her father and her brother, and I'm gonna tell you this: he's shady for real. All that shit they saying about him is for real, bro. When I worked at Christy Lights, it was right when the Surviving R. Kelly came out. Her brother worked in another department than me, but we all was kind of, I ain't gonna say cool, but we ate lunch and shit together and shit, and it was like a low-key, we kind of talked about this shit behind her brother back. The daddy was some kind of, he was above me. He was kind of like a boss or whatever. But they worked there before I got there, and then the bosses used to talk, people used to talk about them when they would walk away, and that's how I knew that was the brother, and that's how I knew that was the daddy. And then I would overhear the daddy talking with other coworkers about the situation, but he would kind of keep it kind of vague. But I'm gonna say all that to say this: he's a slime ball. The shit that they say that he allegedly might have done, I don't know if he did or not, but I'm gonna say this: I think he has the potential to do it, because when I met this guy, I felt like he was a guy that by any means wanted to be rich. He was a guy by any means wanted to get into that world. So when they was saying that he possibly knew what was going on and still put his daughter out there for R. Kelly to do that too, just so he can get into the industry and get money, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, that shit ooze out that man pores, man. When you meet him, it just scream creep, slime ball, somebody not to be trusted, somebody to do anything to get to the top. That's how his aura is. So, me personally, in my opinion, I believe it when they say that about Miss Cardi's father. And I never met the mama, but I met the brother. The brother cool as fuck. I don't really think, bro, we ain't never talked with bro about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I took it as that shit might hurt bro feelings, you know what I'm saying, to know his sister, you know what I'm saying? So I just never talked to him about it, never talked to the dad about it, but we talked behind their motherfucking back, though. We did do that. And I say all that to say this: that's crazy how life is so fucking small, man. So small. It is so fucking small, man. Like, everybody's only like one or two people away from knowing somebody famous or something like that. But that's a true story. That really happened. Christy Lights, I worked there, and Miss Cardi's brother and her father worked there. Okay, but back to this R. Kelly thing. Boy, this man finna name motherfucking names. Now, is R. Kelly lying? Who the fuck knows? But this motherfucker finna be the Jeffrey Epstein of fucking the hip hop world. Do I believe that it was other people doing this shit? Hell, fuck yeah. Do I believe it was other people that was doing this shit with R. Kelly? Hell, fuck yeah. Do I believe that R. Kelly might make up some shit to get some time off him? Hell, fuck yeah. Do I believe R. Kelly might throw some names in there that ain't have shit going on with it? Hell, fuck yeah. But do I believe R. Kelly gonna tell us some motherfuckers that really did something? Hell, fuck yeah. So I'm gonna report back about this shit here, boy. But R. Kelly is fin to snitch. The Pied Piper is fin to sing. It's finna be the greatest song he ever sung. And I'm gonna be right around here reporting on it, bringing y'all the tea. Like, share, subscribe to this channel.